Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from Street Scores, just coming with a few topics today. Mainly, quarterback Kyle Allen has been confirmed to be out for season with an ankle injury. He will have surgery on it, and it's estimated that it will take him 4 months to recover. So he won't be ready to do anything football related really until at least March. Also, is wide receiver Cam Sims wide receiver 2 now? Is it Terry McLaurin then Cam Sims? Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get it. Alright, so first of all, like I already said, quarterback Kyle Allen is out for season. Now we have to explore whether or not we'll keep him maybe as a backup next year. I highly doubt it, just based off of how Ron Rivera has treated Kyle Allen throughout his career with him in Carolina and here in DC, that he feels like that he's possibly a future franchise quarterback. But you never know. Maybe Kyle Allen will have a chance to compete for the starting position come March. But I think he'll just more than likely be re-signed as a backup, which leaves us right now with Alex Smith, Dwayne Haskins, and undrafted free agent rookie Steven Montez. It's already been announced that Alex Smith is the starter moving forward, and Dwayne Haskins will be the backup. Reasons being that Ron Rivera feels like Alex Smith gives us the best chance to win right now. He's still going for the division title. I don't want to, but I mean, hey, I can't stop him. At this point, I feel like you might as well play Dwayne Haskins no matter what. If he loses, you get a high draft pick, and you get a good grasp of whether or not it's time to just go ahead and move on from him and trade him in the offseason. And if he plays well, then you have your franchise quarterback, and you can spend your top pick on Penei Sewell or Jamar Chase. But Ron Rivera said that he will give Alex Smith and other QBs a full and fair evaluation. So there may be a point this season where Dwayne Haskins gets to play. But that'll be cruddy if Dwayne Haskins starts against the better teams in the beginning of the season, then Kyle Allen and Alex Smith start in those middle easy games, and then they bring Dwayne Haskins back to start against Seattle and the Steelers. That would be wild. But Ron Rivera did say that the coaches still need to figure out if the franchise QB is on the roster, which basically means the franchise QB isn't on the roster. I mean, if you don't know by now, you more than likely don't like anybody that you have. And I'm pretty sure, again, I hope we draft a quarterback early in the first round, trade up for one even if you have to. But even beyond what I want, all of the signs are pointing to us drafting a quarterback early in the first round. But we'll see. We may draft a quarterback early and still bring in a free agent quarterback to start for now as the bridge quarterback, and then let that drafted quarterback learn behind them. But back to the quarterbacks we currently have on the Washington football team, the Burgundy and Gold. Again, Ron Rivera said that Alex Smith basically gives us our best chance to win right now. And I mean, other than those 2 interceptions that he had, out of the 3 that he had, the 2 bad ones, the second and the third one, they literally just threw the game away. He actually didn't look bad out there. He got Cam Sims involved, got Terry McLaurin involved, took what the defense gave him, and then delivered intermediate passes to pick up nice chunks of yards. But then I don't know what that was with those last 2 interceptions. That was terrible. Those are the same mistakes that everybody was mad at Dwayne Haskins for making. There's no excuse for Alex Smith, who's just a super veteran at this point, for him to be making those same type of mistakes. I mean, that's ridiculous. But as far as Dwayne Haskins goes, I feel like Alex Smith is more so starting not because Alex Smith is just so great, but just because they're not really feeling Dwayne Haskins right now. I think it's more so Dwayne Haskins is benched more so than Alex Smith is the starter. Dwayne Haskins will be the backup moving forward directly behind Alex Smith, but the reason he's not starting is Dwayne Haskins things. First of all, there's a rumor going around that like a vet on the team spoke to Ron Rivera personally about Dwayne Haskins should be benched. There's rumors going around that it could be Thomas Davis. I think all of it may be rumors. We're not sure. So I don't want to dive into that at all. I just wanted to mention that's been going on throughout the Twitterverse lately. But Ron Rivera basically said, as far as Dwayne Haskins, it's really about how to prepare, how to take what you're getting, the information that you're getting, how to disseminate it, how to put it together, and how to take it and transfer it onto the field. How to do those things. Again, by example, coming in early, meeting with the coaches, meeting with the other quarterbacks, having discussions, talking about what you're seeing and what you're not seeing, and just studying and preparing. I think that's important. I think that's vital for a young quarterback to have those kind of examples. I think it's something that some guys grow and develop and understand just how important it is. Because a lot of times guys will rely on their great talent, and that talent will get you by for a while. But there's a point in everybody's career where everything catches up to talent, talent, and the only thing that separates it is guys that work the hardest. So basically, they just don't like what Dwayne Haskins has been doing behind the scenes off the field more so than what his play has been on the field. He's currently second string quarterback and was third string quarterback before Kyle Allen got hurt for season. Not because of what he's basically done on the field. I mean, that's part of it. But the majority of it is everything that's happening off the field. Preparation, effort, all of that type of stuff. Attitude. And he said as far as Dwayne goes, this is good for Dwayne to basically not start. He'll get an opportunity to see how to truly prepare for a game as a starter, and hopefully Dwayne will take it that way. This is an opportunity to learn and grow for Dwayne Haskins. So basically watching Alex Smith go through the processes of being an NFL veteran, a starter, what to do in meetings, what to do in practices, all of that type of stuff. Ron Rivera is hoping that Dwayne Haskins gets to see Alex Smith set an example and Dwayne Haskins will follow in his footsteps. And basically saying that I guess that Kyle Allen wasn't doing that, because now suddenly Dwayne Haskins has an example to do that, and apparently he didn't say this directly, but it sounds like Dwayne Haskins didn't have that example with Kyle Allen. But moving on from the quarterback situation, I also want to talk about Cam Sims, man. Congratulations. First of all, we had two 100-yard receivers against the Giants. Still lost, but we still had two 100-yard receivers against the Giants, Terry McLaurin and Cam Sims, for the first time in forever. I'm not sure if we've done it more recently than Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson, but if we did, it was probably just a one-time thing and not something we can expect to be sustained success and a consistent thing. But maybe with how Cam Sims broke out, maybe Terry McLaurin and Cam Sims can be consistent 100-yard receivers at the same time in the same game moving forward. We may have found us a wide receiver too in Cam Sims, and I'm so happy for him because he's just been waiting for his moment. He's been waiting to take advantage of the true opportunity that he got. I mean, I remember in preseason he had those couple of drop catches, and then Steven Sims broke out, and then we just never heard from Cam Sims again. Now Cam Sims is finally getting a real opportunity in NFL games. Shouts out to Scott Turner for scheming him open also. Don't love Scott Turner as a play caller right now, but we do have to give him some credit for Cam Sims being open so much in that game against the Giants. Isaiah Wright had a couple of plays too, but it was really Terry McLaurin and Cam Sims. I mean, even one of Cam Sims' biggest catches that game, and possibly the biggest catch of his career, was schemed open by Scott Turner. They threw Terry McLaurin one way, knew the safety would follow Terry McLaurin, which left Cam Sims underneath. But still, big shouts out to Cam Sims for making all of his plays count. And even Terry McLaurin had high praise for him, our current captain. Yes, sir. And you don't see wide receivers become captains no matter how talented they are by year two. So that just shows a lot of what Terry McLaurin is as a person on the field and off the field. But then Terry McLaurin spoke very highly of Cam Sims. He said, what I respect most about Cam is he doesn't say much. He's willing to do the dirty work, whatever it takes for this team. And that hits me right in the heart because that is the kind of guy I am. So I love that. We have two of them in Terry McLaurin and Cam Sims. Now Cam Sims may not be as talented as Terry McLaurin, but I love the work ethic. I love the attitude, all of that type of stuff, the mentality behind it. Just the model wide receivers, man, not the divas. And it's been a long time coming because Cam Sims has been putting in dirty work. I mean, even just this season, he's been making great tackles on special teams, on like punt coverage and all of that. And then the Cowboys game where we slaughtered the Cowboys before the bye week, Cam Sims led all skill position players in snaps. Like that means he led all receivers, all running backs, all of those guys. He had more snaps than Terry McLaurin and Antonio Gibson, J.D. McKissick, all of those guys. And he only had one reception for 22 yards. So that just shows how high Ron Rivera and Scott Turner are on him. That man played more snaps than Terry McLaurin. So that means even though he only had one catch for 22 yards, he's out there doing everything else. He's out there blocking. His blocking is improved mightily, which is making him a more complete receiver. And now that breakout game against the Giants, again, for somebody like me that wants a top QB pick, I mean, that was the perfect scenario. We showed a lot of sparks. We showed a lot of potential. Cam Sims finally had his breakout NFL game, but we didn't lose positioning in the draft. If anything, we moved up. Right now, according to Tankathon, we have the 5th pick in the draft, and we only picked behind the Giants because they haven't had a bye week yet. So they have one more loss than us, but the same amount of wins. But at the same time, why I say it was perfect, because we saw Terry McLaurin build up his portfolio, making an even stronger case to be a Pro Bowl receiver, maybe even an All-Pro receiver, because I feel like he deserves it with how much he's carrying this team, not just on the field, but in spirit. The offensive line, I'm going to talk about that in a separate video, shows a lot of potential. Nowhere near as bad as we think. Montez Sweat, other than that offsides penalty, looks like he's going to be crazy. Poor Chase Young out here getting triple teamed. So they know what he can do. I mean, there were a lot of great things to take from that game, even though it was a loss. And Cam Sims is probably the biggest one, honestly, between him and Montez Sweat. But yeah, man, Cam Sims looks like wide receiver 2. I mean, you never know. Maybe we'll still try to go get a Kenny Golladay in free agency. Maybe a Chris Godwin, a Juju Smith-Schuster. But right now, we have another 7 games to see what Cam Sims can do. And right now, I'm excited. Again, I'm one of those guys that wants a top pick to get one of those top 4 QBs. I know Trevor Lawrence is out of reach, but there's also Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Zach Wilson, whichever order you have them in. And I want the best opportunity to get one of those guys without having to give up several first-round picks or whatever to trade up and get them. Can we just please just go get them? And yeah, man, that's the end of this video, man. I appreciate the view. Please like this video if you liked it. If you learned anything, please get in the comments and let me know how you feel about everything I spoke about. Definitely subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get a notification every time I release a video like this, every time I schedule a live stream, every time I start up a live stream. And as always, I appreciate everybody that gives to the channel, whether it be through donations or being a channel member. Shouts out to all of my sponsors, especially the sponsors whose names you see scrolling on the screen right now, all of the Pro Bowlers and the one All-Pro in Troy Cabrera. And as always, man, I'll catch y'all later. Coming out with endless content, coming out with a film session some point this week, a mock draft, and like I spoke about earlier in the video, I'm coming out with an offensive line video that y'all don't expect. It really isn't as bad as we think, so be on the lookout for that. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.